Hey everybody, just a quick update. Well, not really that quick, probably 5-10 minutes. But built a couple of sections over the last couple of days. Got the piece right there with the level on there. And there's another piece right here that's, I don't know if you can see it very well, it's angled. Show you down here at the bottom. You see how it goes. So it matches the layout on the right side with the yard, and then what's going to be on the left side will basically be a totally different scene separated by a break in the scenery, like maybe a hill or something like that comes up a little bit. I don't know, like some sort of a backdrop. Also been working on the yard lead here and the rearrangement of the main line there on the right side. I got these switches. Well, first off, don't ever buy anything used off of eBay. Just buy new. It's a whole lot easier. But I bought these used a while back and ended up cutting a lot of stuff off, and I had to heat up the solder where somebody had soldered them together, or solder track to them, and then just cut them off and sold them. And, you know, my dumb ass, I bought them. But I got the solder off. I got the track connectors off and everything. And they're all right now. But it was a pain in the ass. But so I got these three put together. Got it lined into number 5 there. All that stuff hooks up quite nicely. 6 and 7, which 7's on the left, 6 with the cars next to that. I'm gonna have to tweak that just a little bit to get them to line up right and add a little bit of track. No big deal. And then the main line will roughly parallel the yard lead at this point. And then as the layout transitions over here, there will be a swing gate that attaches here with a bridge or something, some sort of a scene. So I have 8 feet from this point here to the wall, and all that stuff has to be moved. And once again, I'm remodeling the house, and I got stuff everywhere. I'm trying to clean and organize as I'm doing this, but I got a couple of legs to make, and I gotta level a couple pieces out here and there, and then I'll buy the plywood, put the plywood on and the foam, and get to this part. But this swinging entryway bridge scene or whatever it's going to be is critical that it lines up. And also, a lot of mess here, a lot of mess. The 2 pieces I built last week right here are just as critical. I need to get my laser level out and shoot me a line down, which will be pretty close to the skyline. And then I will do the same for the parts that the swing gate over there. And I got to make sure that this whole side that's on this wall here is perfectly level, so that I don't, you know, have like an inch difference in height or something. But everything else is going pretty good. A lot of soldering has been done, some wiring, a little bit of bridge work here and there. I think my last video I said I was going to use these abutments, and I don't think I'm going to now. I've been back and forth on this for a while. But what I did was I did draw out a new piece, a new bridge. If you can kind of see that. Basically, it's 3 arches. It's about 18 inches long. And I think it's going to look good after I cut it out. And then this was what I was going to do or use, but this black section here turned out to just be an absolute royal pain in the ass. And I was like, you know, I'm never going to be happy with that. It's a whole lot of work. So that got scrapped. Everything else is looking pretty much the same. I've been working on some locomotives here and there and tweaking some things here and there. That's my Q2. I love this engine. That's my Rev Rossi 2666 Blue Ridge back here. If you ever wondered how big the Q2 was, that's a pretty good sized locomotive. Pretty good sized locomotive. So nothing's really changed back here. Haven't torn anything out or done anything else. I got so much work to do. I need to get over here and get this part, get this bridge soldered in and get the track painted and pour the epoxy for the water and you know, finish putting in the rip wrap over there. but everything is okay so far. Oh, my last video, I said I was going to run the grade up the wall here. I didn't mean literally up the wall, but you see that track that's running next to the wall between the trees and the trees that are glued on the wall. That's going to come up and the grade's going to be right there at that signal. And it'll rise 2 inches before it gets to the wall. So this mountain that looks very squared off and a lot of sharp angles and lines was the first thing I ever made when it comes to scenery. And I justified it by saying that the Army had went in there and blasted and cut a bunch of stuff out to build this observation point for security for these tunnels and to provide overwatch for the Army depot back here. But once again, I'm really just not thrilled with it. I mean, maybe I can do something with it, but I don't know. But either way, this in the back here where it tunnels in, I'm gonna have to cut out about 2 inches from there and make a lot of modifications. So I might just start over. So in this part right here, I've never really been happy with the way that turned out. So I'm probably just gonna redo all of this on top of everything else I got going on. Yeah, I don't know. And then, I created my own problem. Again, another problem with looking down Main Street. And I really like this scene. I really like this. But if I'm going upgrade on that rear track, you're not going to see that no more. So I got to figure out what I'm going to do here. Maybe I'll just leave the station in. Take the bank out. Take all those buildings out. Take that building out. And just plant grass basically. And have a parking lot. And just make this part of the Army depot over here. So, I mean, it's already the town of Tunnelton. So maybe I'll just change it to, Tunnelton Army Depot, and that's it, the depot for the depot, if that makes sense. But here's another little project I've been working on. I bought this Spectrum K4 at a train show in up by Fort Drum, New York, when I was stationed up there about 7 or 8 years ago. So I've been doing a bunch of work to it to get it to run. And I finally got it running. I put in a new decoder and soldered everything in and soldered in my speaker. And the sound don't work. It's a brand new damn decoder. And then on top of that, I soldered the headlight wires backwards. So I don't know what I was doing. So I must have been tired that day or something. So this thing here's got to come apart. I got to do some more work to it. But at some point, the 1361 will get a nice little coat of weathering on there, and it'll look pretty sharp, pulling a bunch of coaches and stuff. I ran a train not too long ago to just kind of move stuff around, and that's my custom West Virginian short line caboose that I built. I really like it. It turned out pretty good. I used the Pittsburgh and West Virginia design to kind of locate my decals and stuff, and went with a little bit of B&O with the green on the door and the window trim and everything. So I like it. I like it. So whenever I get fed up with something else, I start working on something else, and I get bored kind of easy with something, especially when I get something really tedious going on. I'm like, oh my God, it's gonna take me forever. So let me do something I can knock out real quick. Yeah, a couple of GP9s I'm working on for a friend of mine. I got handrails to put on and some windows, and I got some new horns to put on there, and I removed the steam boilers. So if you have an Athearn GP9, just be known that the old blue box models are about a scale foot too wide. The hood unit, that is the hood, and then on top they have the steam generator equipment, and most GP9s didn't have that, so something else. There you can see them on there. Those will come off the southern unit. And there's a whole bunch of them over here in the deadline. But things are happening around here. And I'm pretty happy with some of the progress. I'm not happy with the price of foam that went from $32 for a 4 foot by 8 foot sheet to $54 for the same sheet. And then Luan, real thin plywood, its prices went up. So when you're trying to do anything on a budget, Yeah, you just don't expect the prices to stay the same, I guess. But hey, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I challenge you to do so. If you like the video, please give me a like, leave a comment. Feel free to go down and look at some of my other videos and some of my shorts. I got some real trains on there. I got some model trains on there, and a lot of things are coming around finally. So if you like what you saw, come back tomorrow and see what I do next. Thank you very much.